And now I'm joined by Jay Sanford, manager of the Swim Central program, which is a community collaborative housed at Broward County Government Parks and Rec Division and funded through Broward County, the School Board of Broward County, and its largest funder, the Children's Services Council of Broward County. Welcome, Jay.
Thanks, Cindy. It's great to be here.
So the mission of Swim Central is to make sure that our children are water safe. Is that correct?
That is our mission. Our mission is twofold. We offer water safety education classes where we bring kids from the elementary schools and daycares and we bring them to the pool and we put them in the water for up to 10 days at no cost to their parents.
Some of these kids here.
Some of these kids those are our kids today.
Excellent.
And then we also are able to refer people to the local pools in their areas where they can do a continuing education of swim lessons, because unfortunately a child doesn't learn to swim in 10 days. So we focus very much on just water safety and making sure that child knows how to self-rescue, but we encourage the parents to do more lessons, and even some of the younger kids, we encourage the parents to get involved with those 0 to 3s and those younger kids that we seem to be losing every year, and trying to get the parents educated to know that they can get in the water with their kids, they can help teach their children how to be water safe and involve themselves and help to prevent some of those younger drownings.
So I want to pursue a couple of those areas. The water safety as opposed to swimming, that's been drilled into my head. But for our viewers, that distinction between being water safe and swim lessons, can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, water safety is more self-rescue. It's more of, if you find yourself in the water, if you get in the water, can you get back to the wall? A traditional swim lesson teaches a child how to swim across the pool and may be a precursor to a competitive swim environment or a water polo environment, something like that. Whereas our focus is really on the water safety aspect, making sure that the children understand the risks of when they're around water, understand if they find themselves in water, how to get out, how to roll over on their back, how to call for help, how to, if they find themselves in a situation, how to prevent that from turning into a drowning.
I know when I took my daughter, it was get to the wall, how to monkey crawl across.
Sure, yeah.
And so those, a parent might look at that and go, what am I paying for, or what is that doing? But really it's to help them, as you said, so that they can get themselves out of the pool if they need to.
That's the very basis of water safety, is how to get into the water safely, how to get out of the water safely, and if you do get away from the wall, how to get back to the wall, because the wall is going to allow them to not put themselves in danger. Whereas swimming is how to get from one wall to the other. And so that's kind of the little bit of the difference of what we're doing, and we really focus on that water safety aspect, but we ask the parents and even the ones that go through our program, we ask them, continue that education and turn that child into a swimmer, because it's a skill that will stay with them for their lives, and it will help keep them safe as they progress and as they do more recreational activities with their friends.
And I know there are a lot of parents who themselves are not swimmers, and so they may have a little fear about this idea of their child being a swimmer, or for those babies, they may be afraid to get in the pool with them themselves. What's your message to them?
Well, the message to the parents of the school-age children that may have reservations, we've put over 400,000 children through our program since it started 15 years ago. And we're happy to report that not one of those children has had a fatal or non-fatal drowning incident since that. So the water safety aspect of it is working. As far as the parents and the young children, they're going to be taking classes in waist-deep water. They're going to be able to stand the whole time. And really those classes are to help educate the parent as to the limitations of the child, as well as what they can do to continue to develop once their child has this basic instruction, to develop in endurance and be able to be in the water a little bit more.
And I know there's been a little bit of controversy about when you should start these water safety lessons, whether it creates a false sense of security in the child. What's your message to those parents?
I think any water safety education is going to be beneficial. I don't know that if a child has been given water safety that it's ever going to put them in further danger. Obviously, we're talking about barriers and alarms, and we've talked about some of the things that you can do to safeguard your children at home, but a lesson is not going to cause your child to go to the water. The child that's going to the water is going to go there naturally because all children are drawn to water. It's just a natural thing.
Right.
And so by giving them the education, it gives you time to, if they do find themselves in the water, to find them before that it's become a tragedy.
And it's probably worth noting that we've talked a lot about pools and canals and so on, but even a bathtub can be a danger zone if the child is not being supervised and if they don't know that their head can't go in the water. And so water safety really is all around.
Exactly. Bathtubs can be a hazard, a bucket can be a hazard, a toilet can be a hazard. Anything that holds water to a depth of an inch can be a hazard. We've had the tragedies of drownings are not just pools and not just canals. We've had children drowned in washing machines. We've had children drowned in buckets. We've had children drowned in toilets. We've had children drowned in dog bowls. So as an infant, if you're crawling around, as soon as that infant becomes mobile, if they can get their head over the lip of a dog bowl and they slip and they fall in, and then they splash water and they can't pull themselves back out, you could have an infant drowned in a dog bowl. And so it really has to be that supervision and that knowledge of what is a hazard. And as an infant, they're going to have a different set of hazards as they do to a toddler, and as a toddler to a school age, and as a school age to a young adult. And so that's really where Water Smart Broward is coming in, to try and do that education of the parents and the children throughout the whole level, from infant to adulthood.
Excellent. And so as a community, we want our parents to know to be vigilant from the time they're mobile. I miss those days when I could put my daughter down and I knew where she was when I got up. Although be sure not to put them on a soft surface with a lot of pillows around, because we don't want any of those.
Safe sleep.
Yes, safe sleep is critical. And then around water, whatever it is, be vigilant, know what you're doing, know to call for those resources.
They can call us and we can give them a home checklist that they can go through if they call our number at 954-357-SWIM. And we can email them or mail them a home checklist if they want to check their home against hazards. As an infant, when they bring their child back, they should really focus on the internal hazards. And at about 1 year old, when those children are up and a lot more mobile, start turning their focus to those external hazards. So when the child gets outside and opens the door, what are those hazards as well?
Excellent. Terrific information, Jay. Thank you. Parents, we don't want you to be afraid of the water, but we want you to recognize those risks and put in as many barriers as you can and take those smart moves that can keep your baby and child water smart. Thank you, Jay.
Thank you.